the Carolina Rains have arrived as we are inside a soggy Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Just a moment ago, the lights, the cameras, the action, all the pyrotechnics, everything was ablaze, everything was allowed here in Bank of America Stadium as Carolina emerged from their tunnel. And we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Throwing on first down is Carr. He completes this to Russell Gage. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. Here's Carr. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. Sheds up, breaks the tackle, now an alley.
Missed.
He will not go down. And mark him down all the way inside the Atlanta 20. A big play there on the catch and run. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
A first carry for the Canadian-born Chuba Hubbard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Garoppolo. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Hey. Mike 5-5.
Hubbard. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Chuba Hubbard. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are going to take a 1st quarter lead. footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Now a play fake. Carr. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A handoff. It's Eckler. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. They're going to go toss right side with Eckler. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. These two teams, they met in Atlanta earlier in the year with the Falcons winning that game. So a win here in Charlotte would give them the season sweep. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
7's a Mike. Mike 7. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Throwing now is Carr. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
34's a Mike. He's coming. Check him.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them and put the pressure on them.
And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Let's get it.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. And they try to catch him by surprise there on 3rd down, but this defense, they were all over the jet sweep.
And it's oftentimes all about what you're doing on the backside of the defense, whether it's the defensive end or the outside backer, who's setting the edge. And if they don't get blown off the line of scrimmage, they can really wreck a play. And in this case, they were able to make the tackle for a loss as a result.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball.
Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. These two teams matching up for the 2nd time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
Here's 2nd and 10.
65. Here we go. Mike, 5.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Flush to his right. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Eluding the pressure right. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Quit talking about it and bring it. 55.
And they'll run on 1st down with Hubbard. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 38, Garoppolo. They'll run the screen with Hubbard. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 22-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple, down to the 15-yard line.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. On play action, it's Garoppolo. To the right side, and he's got Moore complete. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
Go ahead.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. On the give, this is Hubbard. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be third and goal now.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
The ball mere inches from the white line on third and goal. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Shotgun now for Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the second time. That's taken on the 25. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Second down, another chance for Hubbard. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. The Panthers on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He's got his tight end Fant. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Looking to throw again on second down. Garoppolo. He gets this one to Hubbard, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Meanwhile, Garoppolo's throw into the hands of Fant. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. Garoppolo now. The quick slant caught. And the Panthers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. They'll look to run with Hubbard into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
2nd down and goal. Garoppolo. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. DJ Moore, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead is up to 18 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum.
Seven's a Mike. Mike 7. It's been a long day for you. Express. Mike 7.
On 1st down, Carr. This is to Pitts on the quick slant. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
On 2nd and inches, Carr. He's going to air one out. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. To throw, it's Carr. And that is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And we'll see how aggressive they want to be in these final stages before the half. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll give this to Hubbard running right. And shedding him off, now open field. And how about that for just running out the clock? Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. The long-distance shot before break comes up empty, but now Charles flipped the script. Time for likely one more play as field position becomes an issue.
Yeah, when you talk about field position, remember, if this kick is missed, the ball comes back to where? The spot that they snapped it from. So field position becomes a factor. I think in this spot, you might also want to think about throwing the Hail Mary. You know, put the ball up in the air. Maybe you can get 6 out of it instead of 3.
Yeah, see what happens. The final shot here before half for Carr. Incomplete. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And they'll go again here with Hubbard. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. This is the tight end fan. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And quickly finding Rager. 7 yards to pick up there.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Garoppolo's throw complete to Rager. And he's got this down to the 35. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
58 yards on the ground for him so far. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. So here Here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
I got you, punk. Mike 5-5. One, Omaha.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. 7 yards, the pickup there.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Check 55, Mike.
Garoppolo looks to throw. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Jalen Reagor, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
No chance. Mike 7, Mike 7. Blue Dan, blue. Hey, 734.
Carr now to throw. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Carr on the screen. This is Eckler. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Squeeze, squeeze, double, double. Hey, check Mike 34. Mike 34. Watch the out, watch the out.
On play action, now Carr. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone.
Touchdown, Falcons! Austin Eckler, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Falcons cut into that lead. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And this is up and good. It cuts the lead to 28-10 now. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. That'll be caught. Rager with it. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
21.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's Brett Kern now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard, but that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter. Buying time to his left. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
2nd and 2.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Everyone got 4.
Carr going to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection.
Get in the weight room. Like 7.
Carr now on 1st down. That's into the hands of Eckler. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Carr completes it. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
7. Watch the screen. 93.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Brian Burns. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. From the gun, it's Carr. This is swung out to Eckler. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Carr, got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Panthers will get the football back. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. Check.
Garoppolo. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. To throw is Garoppolo. This ball complete to Rager. The passing game continues to be their friend, even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles. They're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
He'll field this at the 5. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he fires one that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Panthers are going to have it here just past the 25. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. But look at the lead. Look at the deficit. Trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 10. Now Garoppolo. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw his Carr. He'll get this to Eckler. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Now Carr again. And that is incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Mike 7.
Carr to throw for on 4th down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
What's tight? Tight ends right. What's tight? Tight ends right. Out. 3 down. Out.
Carr. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Carr. And he comes back with one complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. They'll run for it with Eckler. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Hey. 4 down.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Brian Burns able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal. Now Carr. That is caught at the 7. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's 4th and goal.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin 4th quarter, you're going. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. One final try now for Carr. Touchdown, Falcons! Kyle Pitts with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. Just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them.
Mike, here we go, here we go. 180! He's tired of me. He's tired of us. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. That's going to set them back 5. Yards.
Let's go. Here we go. 180. Check back. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. All right, T, let's turn. All right, T. 11. 55. In your face.
Garoppolo looking to throw. He'll fire it deep for Rager. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And I tell you what, one thing that you and I featured as a storyline was that they were facing the NFL's #1 defense coming in, and they really took it right to them.
Yeah, they didn't blink, did they? And instead of just saying to themselves, let's make sure that we minimize our mistakes and try and play a conservative type game, they attacked right from the beginning. Said, we got to go after these guys. I think sometimes you take the #1 rated defense by surprise when you do that.
So for Carolina, they're back to 500 as they move to 4-4 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.